Hi, everybody. As some of you know, my name is Grace. I'm a teacher at Elite Dance Force. Today, I'm coming to you with Kendall. We're going to talk a little bit about her dance team experience at Davenport and a little bit about what it means to be on a dance team in a university setting. So, Kendall, thanks so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi. So, as Grace said, my name is Kendall. I started dancing when I was around 3 at a local studio in Canton, Michigan. And Laura opened her studio when I was in about 7th grade. So then I quickly transferred over there and I finished out with her until my senior year. And then I moved to Grand Rapids to attend Davenport University, where I majored in business. And I was also a 5-year member of their dance team. I currently work at SheFit, which is located in Hudsonville, Michigan, and I just work remote from home and I do their customer experience stuff, and that's where I had my internship at. So, and
Awesome.
my, yeah.
Awesome. And what was your experience like on the Davenport dance team?
Oh my gosh, I loved dancing at Davenport. So we started out in NAIA and then we moved to D2 my 3rd year on the team. So my last 2 years, I competed as D2 instead of NAIA. We won 2 national championships, which was amazing. Yeah, and I was a 3-year All-American, and then I was also their Top Gun title holder. So at camp, we compete against all of the girls at the competition, basically, or the camp, and they pick one person, and that person was me my senior year. So I got to finish out on a really strong note.
Yeah, can you tell me the difference between NAI and D2 and like what that meant for the team?
Yeah, so NAI was more of like a smaller setting. So it's like you have your high schools, which are like D1, D2, D3. So same thing for like college. NAI was just more of like a smaller setting. So when we switched to D2, it's when we like were against like Grand Valley and different D2 teams like across the state. If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Why did you choose Davenport to go and dance and study?
Funny story. So I initially was going to go to Eastern to major in dance because that was something that I always wanted to do. And I got a message from the coach from Davenport. Her name's Kylene. She messaged me and was like, "Hey, like come try out. Like we already went to camp and everything, but we would love to like have an additional member of the team. Like we're looking for more numbers. Like please come like and try out." So I was sitting like on Laura's couch when I got the message and I was like, this college is messaging me to come and audition. She's like, oh my gosh, go do it. Like, you have to do it. So I went to Grand Rapids with my mom and my sister, and I auditioned for the team. She offered me on the spot, and she's like, we'd love to have you. And I came home and I told Laura, I was like, yeah, she wants me to move to Grand Rapids. Not totally not happening. And Laura basically was like, if you don't pack your car up and go, like, I will drag you out there. Like, you have to go. So yeah, so more of the story, Laura was one of my biggest like advocates. It's like pushed me to go. I did that for
Awesome. And what was your schedule like with both schooling and the dance team?
So you will meet with an advisor and they will already have like your dance schedule in place. So you meet with your advisor and she or he will schedule around your practice schedule. So Monday mornings we practice from 7:30 to 9:30, and then we practice Tuesday and Thursday afternoon from 7:30 to 10. So most of the time, like girls would have classes after practice on Monday, or they would have classes like during the week until 5 or whenever they wanted to. So it was pretty seamless, like pretty easy. Studying was easy too. We got out at a decent time, except when it was national season. Sometimes you could practice a little bit longer, but it was very easy to manage settings. And school always came first to my coach, so she understood if there was one specific class that was scheduled over a practice, it was okay to sometimes miss practices like on Monday or come late on Tuesday and Thursday.
Awesome. So you already told us a little bit about what you do yourself, but what did your teammates go into afterwards? Are there others who are still dancing like you are, or did a lot of people go into specifically their career with education?
Yeah, so a lot of people I would say did find like a job like after, but in Grand Rapids there is like the Grand Rapids Drive was kind of like the Pistons like lower team. So they have a dance team there. So a lot of girls started out there and then they would transition and try out for different NFL, NBA teams. So my one of my like oh, what would it be? Like my teammate, she auditioned for the Lions. She made it for 2 years, and she actually came back and coached us for my senior season. My friend Peyton, she danced on the Grand Rapids Drive, and then a lot of girls actually like teach at local studios, which is awesome, and like local like high school dance teams, and some even like go and teach like college dance teams. So it all just like depend on like what you wanted to do, like if you really wanted to just continue dancing for the next 4 or 5 years, or if you wanted to just go and get your degree and then go and figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah, awesome. What type of dancer is best suited for a dance team at the university level?
Um, it really it really depends, but I would say my my coach did a lot of different things to like make sure that we were still getting like ballet and acro, like gymnastics, like doing all the things. So I would say if you really like to be like in a team setting and be surrounded by like a bunch of girls, and just like that like support is always like amazing. So it really just like depends on if you want to mainly like focus on dancing for the rest of your life and like always like having that like a part of you, or if you want to be like on like a team setting and you want to like compete and you want to do like competitions and stuff like that.
So would you say with that the main difference between a dance major and somebody on the dance team is their future career goals, or what would you say the main difference would be?
um it's yeah, this like is so it's so hard to like tell like the difference because I didn't go into a dance major, so I don't really know like what the opportunities after like college like would be like if you were to like teach at a studio or stuff like that. But I guess that would be the main difference.
Yeah, awesome. So what schools have the best dance teams, or how can somebody figure out what school would be the best fit for them in terms of teams?
I'm biased because I just love Davenport, but it depends on what you want to go to school for. Some schools offer dance major and dance team, so you can do both. I know a lot of people at like Western and Grand Valley will do both, and it just depends on like what you want to go to school for. Like if you want to be in nursing, business, tech, just like kind of look and see what that school has to offer based on like what team you want to be a part of, and then look to see what competitions that they go to, because we went to NDA and there's also UDA. So there's two different like major competitions that you can go to. So if you were in a high school dance team and you always did NDA and you really liked NDA, find a college that goes to NDA nationals and attends the NDA camps. And if vice versa, you did UDA, you want to do UDA until you graduate, then find out what colleges have the UDA competitions.
Great to know. And what type of prep do you think a dancer should do in order to be prepared for a dance team?
I personally would watch the like nationals routines and see what tricks that they have like in store. So say the whole team can do a triple turn or a quad, make sure you have a triple turn and a quad. If they're doing head springs, if they're doing kick ups, if they're doing rubber bands, you always want to come in with what they did before, because or even more, and that way so they're not trying to like teach you how to do it, and you're not like killing yourself trying to get the skills and the tricks. So definitely just see like what that team is capable of doing and make sure that you can execute that well for an audition. And that way, if you have more tricks too, if you've been practicing and you can master those skills, you can come in and show them even more tricks and skills that would be valuable to their team.
Awesome. So that's the conclusion of the interview. But if you have any questions that Kendall can answer about dance team or Davenport, feel free to go straight to her. And thank you guys for watching.